Hi guys, my name is Natalia and this is my first video in English on YouTube. I'm definitely not a newbie to making videos on YouTube, but it's definitely my first in English. So English isn't my first language, it isn't my second language. So please be kind to me, and if I have mistakes, mispronunciations, whatever, just feel free to correct me down below in the comment section. I thought that for this first video, I'm gonna introduce myself to you by showing you my miniature collection of fragrances. Now, I have been buying, loving, collecting fragrances for like 20 plus years, 23, 24, something along that line. So I have a lot. I will be showing you my fragrance collection that is consisting of like the big bottle, the full sizes. But now I'm gonna focus on these small sizes, which I have a lot. I do not have a system on how I'm gonna show these fragrances to you. The only thing that I kind of divided it into niche and all the rest. So I'm gonna start with all the rest and then we're gonna transition to niche part of my collection. So yeah, let's get started. It's kind of a big deal because it's gonna be a big long video. So do get yourself like a cup of coffee or tea. I myself having the mug of water to help me to go through this video. Anyway, let's get started. And do please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to not to miss the videos, because on Wednesday we're gonna be discussing the newish fragrance from Narciso Rodriguez, All of Me. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna start with Valentino. This is an Italian brand, it's a designer brand. I do have several sizes, teeny tiny deluxe sizes. Well, not that teeny tiny, it's 10 mils. So this is Valentino Voce Viva, beautiful white floral fragrance. Lady Gaga is the face of this brand, of this fragrance. I have Valentino Born in Roma. This is the first one, and I do have others. I do have this Coral Fantasy, which I do really like because it has a note of kiwi in it, and it's something nice because we don't get a lot of kiwi fragrances. I mean, I do have Tutti Kiwi by Guerlain, but it just the staying power of that fragrance is very disappointing. The other fragrance that I have from this brand is this one, which is my favorite one. I mean, this is the three fragrances that came out. I think this one came probably a couple of years ago, well, 3 years ago, this one 2 years ago, and this one came out last year, something like that. This is my favorite one. This is the probably the simplest of them all. This is the Yellow Dream. It has rose, it has lemon and musk, but oh my, I am completely smitten with this fragrance because it's beautiful, it's simple, it's simplistic, I'd say, but it's beautiful. It's everything that you need of a fragrance. It's like it makes you feel beautiful. I do have some little tiny samples, well, not the samples, the tiny sizes of 7 ml, but for the life of me, I couldn't locate the third one. I used to have 3 of them. So this is the coral one, the Coral Fantasy, and this is the original one, the Born in Roma, and this is the Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. And I had the third one, the yellow one, the Yellow Dream. Now, being it my favorite one, I probably terminated this fragrance. I probably finished it up, or I might have given it to someone. That's a probability, but I'm not sure. I don't know where this fragrance is at the moment. So I think we are done with Valentino. Yeah, I definitely don't have any other Valentino fragrances. I'm gonna get to Narciso Rodriguez, and I have several sizes of Narciso Rodriguez here. I have 10 ml bottles. This one is Musk Noir Rose. I kind of like this fragrance. I dislike roses. There's something in roses that I just I do not wear them. But this one I like. This one is Eau de Parfum Ambre. This was is quite nice. It's like summery, summer vibe fragrance. And this one is Narciso Rodriguez for her, and it's Eau de Toilette. And the fourth one is Pure Musk for her. I also have two of my. You're gonna hear that a lot of this uh, noises. So these are my two fragrances that are 4 mils each, and this is the All of Me, like the newer one, and this one is What Are You, My Dear? What Are You? Musk Noir. It's not bad. It's not bad. So let's get into Italian brand. This is an Italian brand. It's kind of a niche, but it's not expensive. It's kind of green, but not that green. Well, it's like something in between. I have 3 fragrances of brand that is named Helan. These are the three fragrances that I own, and this is Vanilla Oolong, this is Vanilla Verveine, and that one is Vanilla Cashmere. They have this very, very strong vanilla accord to them, but plus they have it's kind of a little bit, it's a bit faint, but there's a little bit of tea in all of them. They are nice, they're actually nice. They're not very, it's not a scent that you will feel it on yourself like for hours and hours, but it's definitely not bad. I have to sip a little bit of water, guys. I don't know if you can hear, but my voice is a little bit like something strange is going on. It's probably the air conditioner that I've been under for a couple of hours, and I'm kind of paying the consequences. And this is what I have on my cheeks. It's Natasha Denona Diamond and Glow, and this kind of rosy golden part of this duo. Anyway, this is the fragrance that I have by Paco Rabanne. The two fragrances that I own by Paco Rabanne. This is Olympia, and this is the one I have in the full size, and this is Lady Million Privé. No, Empire. I have it in 50 mils. It's quite nice. It's like going outside with my girlfriends, having a good night. This is this type of kind of a little bit of booze here and a little bit of fruits. It's not bad. Olympia, and this is the original one. This is the first one. I do not wear this fragrance enough, but there's a good reason for that. Unfortunately, this fragrance has this kind of salty note, and I just cannot wear salty notes on myself. There is something with the salt on my skin that it just doesn't feel great. It doesn't smell good. So I kind of stay away from salty fragrances, not all the time, because one of my favorite fragrances is by Calvin Klein and it's called Reveal. It's kind of this square bottle. It has salt. I do not feel salt in that fragrance at all, but all people say that it has salt in it. The Fragrantica says it has salt in it. For me, there's nothing like that, like salty notes, nothing. And I do wear it, and I do quite enjoy this that fragrance. This one, well, not that much. Armani. Let's go to Armani universe. This is my way. I do own a full size of this fragrance. It's quite nice. It's a white flower. It came out, I want to say 3 years ago, and since then there have been like a lot of my way flankers. They are fine. They're fine. I have nothing to say against this line. This is Acqua di Gio, and this is men's fragrance, and I want to say that I took it from my husband. He has another little tiny bottle and a big one as well. This is just good. This is good. I mean, it's aquatic. It's a little bit of flowers in there. It's a little bit of fruits in there. It's just fresh. It's just nice. It's clean. It's airy. It's like aquatic, watery. It's amazing. It's very, very good. So another fragrance from Armani. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna say a couple of words about these ones. These are the 15 ml sizes, and you can actually get them on the website of Armani right now. And not only there, I have I have checked. For example, on Sephora, you can get them. You can get them in some other stores. Well, depending on where you live, guys, you will be able to find those. And currently, the three fragrances like that retail in the box for 82 euros. So I do have this C, the classic one, the first one. I have this C Intense version from 2021, and this one is Intense from 2023. This kind of this is the newest fragrance that they came out with. It's good. It's good. It's just not as good as the 2021. The difference between those is that here I feel a lot of rose, and this fragrance is very close to these classic ones, because the classic one in terms of how much rose I feel. Here I do not feel rose, quite like not at all, because in that fragrance the rose is covered with this kind of very sweet and tacky black currant jam and patchouli. So I do not feel the rose, which actually delights me a lot because I do not like rose. In 2023 version, I can feel the rose through all this sweetness. So, and yeah, I don't like it. These are the fragrances from Armani that I actually got from the advent calendar of Armani that I got a couple of years back. These are the 7 mils bottles, and these are the bottles that are like the miniature bottles of the big bottle. So this is the Armani C Passione. Oh, this one is the intense version. This is the Armani C Passione, the classic one. This one is the classic Armani C, the first one, and this is the discontinued C Fiori. C Fiori was very beautiful. It was amazing. It was such a nice fragrance. It was completely different from the whole range because it was about white flowers. I'm not sure if it had rose in it at all. I don't think so. It was just white flowers, very beautiful, nice fragrance, and they yeah, they don't do it anymore. They don't make this fragrance anymore, and it's a pity because it was a gem. Do I have any other fragrances of Armani? Yeah, I do. I definitely do. And I own this fragrance in a full size, and I also own a couple of full sizes of the same line, but just the different fragrances, right? This is Acqua di Gioia, and this one is like kind of watery, aquatic, but kind of modern fragrance. Very beautiful one. I do have Sun di Gioia and I do have Light di Gioia, and I used to have Terra di Gioia, and I quite like Ocean di Gioia as well. But my favorite one, is the Acqua di Gio for women, which is like the big square green bottle. This one is amazing. It's kind of old school. It doesn't smell old. It doesn't smell dated. It's just, the good aquatic fragrance that they used to make in the in mid 90s. So yeah, this is definitely all of my Armani fragrances. Yeah, I'm just yeah. This is the only fragrance that I do have from this brand in the mini size. This is Semiyaki L'Odyssée. It kind of goes along the line with Acqua di Gio because it's aquatic. It has melon, it has a lot of flowers. It has this watered down fruits and flowers. It's amazing. It's very refreshing. It's old as well. It's an oldie but goodie, right? Because this fragrance, it's, I want to say it came out in mid of 90s, because, well, the vibe, mid 90s vibe, was these kind of aquatic fragrances. Speaking of mid 90s, I want to show you one of my favorite fragrances of all time, and I do have three of my favorite fragrances. One of these fragrances is this one. Another one is the Classic by Jean Paul Gaultier, which I absolutely adore. And there's another one, the third one. I'm not gonna name it just yet. And so I have this Calvin Klein one, which is my favorite fragrance. I love it to bits. This is joyful. This is active. This is very. This is the fragrance that gives me life. When I feel like, well, I don't want to do anything, it's just the spritz of energy, it's just the spritz of joy, if I miss a little bit of it. I mean, this one is good. I do have a full size of it, 200 ml of it and 100 ml of it, and I have countless and countless flankers of this fragrance, which I want to say that I've been collecting the flankers over the years, and none of the flankers is good as this one. So I do have another one, which is Calvin Klein Everyone, and yeah, I don't really care about this fragrance, because yeah, it's not as good as the or as the original one. The original one is amazing. Yeah, we're gonna go to this one. So these are the two fragrances that are by Yves Saint Laurent, and this one is uh, my Mon Paris, and this is the flanker of Mon Paris. I do own a full bottle of it, just not with this ribbon, because they have the same shape. The only thing that is different is the ribbon. I have the couture version, and this one is Lumiere. Yeah, it's a nice everyday fragrance. It's it's not an offensive fragrance. It's quite pleasant. It's a crowd pleaser. It's good. This one is the Libre by Yves Saint Laurent, and this one is Eau de Parfum, which I really liked before I tried the Eau de Parfum Intense, and that is the fragrance that I bought in full size. Now they have come out with the Libre Eau de Toilette, which I really don't care about, because it's like a plain white flower. That's not bad. It's just, it's such a generic fragrance. And then they have this intense, well, not intense, Le Parfum, which is the latest one. Well, yeah, I'm not, yeah, no, the latest one is the Platine, which hasn't come out yet in at least where I live. I'm really curious to try it, because they say that it's gonna be aldehydic. I have this love-hate relationship. Like in some fragrances, in some brands, like in Dolce Gabbana, I do love the aldehydic fragrances. Like I don't love them, but I can wear them. And but in some brands, like in Tom Ford, the Metallic, and I do own this whole bottle of Metallic, I just can't wear this fragrance. It's killing me every time I have it on me. I put it on me like two times, and every single time I felt sickly. And you know what, the only common thing that was that fragrance. So it's just, yeah. Speaking of Tom Ford, by the way, this is the only mini size that I do have. This is the famous and loved and hated fragrance by Tom Ford. This is the Black Orchid one. I do not like it. I do not like it. It smells to me like something moldy, something like you know, the truffles, and not the candy truffles, like proper mushroom truffles, and I much more prefer to eat them than to smell like them. So yeah, I don't really use this fragrance. My mom, though, she likes this fragrance, and she said that, what, the truffles, no, it's not, there's none of the thing. For me, these are the truffles. For her, this is the most beautiful fragrance. I don't know, yeah. And she didn't want it, actually. She told that it was too heavy for her liking. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the three fragrances from Bulgari. And this is the fragrance I didn't care much about. This is the citrine version, and it was kind of short-lived. This fragrance didn't last at all. Uh, I guess they just introduced it, and in a matter of year or two, it just disappeared, because yeah, it's kind of yeah, it fell flat. Yeah, it's not beautiful. It's, I mean, it's okay, it's portable, it's nice, and it's gonna be pleasant, but there's nothing special. I do have two fragrances. It's actually the same fragrance. This is the crystalline, it's the Bulgari crystalline, which I like. It's just that I have so many fragrances that are like these two. There's like the same fragrance profile, that I actually do not care buying the full size. What I really like, and what I own in 3 bottles, is the now discontinued beautiful fragrance by Bulgari, which is Bulgari Paraiba. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. It's amazing. It's so good, and I mean, it's simple. It's very, very simple, but every time I have this fragrance on, it feels like I'm on a seaside. It feels like that I'm on this kind of very, very beautiful beachy type of place. It might be like kind of beach disco, something like that. And there's this hot sun and sea, and a little bit of sea breeze, and cocktails, and something sweet, and friends, and fruits. And these are the ideas that come into my mind when I have this fragrance on, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, it is now discontinued, unfortunately, but I do have three bottles of this fragrance. So I'm kind of okay for some time. I'm gonna sip a little bit of water again. By the way, this is the mug that I get in Finland, because in Finland we have this kind of obsession with Moomin trolls, and so this is apart that this mug is amazing. It's made of this aluminum. I want to say, I don't know, is it aluminum? I have no idea, but it's beautiful, and I have quite a big collection of these mugs. So let's move on. I want to show you. I want to show you 3 fragrances from Burberry. I do have this fragrance in full size, but just not this Burberry black, but like the normal My Burberry. And I have it in full size, 100 ml, and I absolutely love the fragrance. This one, not so much, because it's very patchouli and rose heavy. And I'm not afraid of patchouli, but I'm afraid of patchouli and rose. And it's something that is not very nice, not very nice for me. And these are the 2 fragrances that are from Burberry as well. And this is the Burberry Her, yeah, and Burberry Her Elixir. I think that this one is the latest that they come out with. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. People say that these fragrances smell like kind of a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. Yeah, I don't know. They definitely have some similarities to it, but I wouldn't say it's a dupe. I wouldn't get this one instead of Baccarat Rouge. I do understand that Baccarat Rouge is quite an expensive fragrance, but you can always get this kind of size which is 11 ml, and I'm all for getting an original thing. If you cannot afford a full bottle, I get it because it costs a lot, then just get this one or get a sample from the official website. They sell samples, sample boxes, and you're good to go. It's my idea is that it's never okay to substitute a fragrance. If you want a fragrance, get a sample size, get a deluxe size, get a smaller size, get a decant, but just don't get a substitute, because you will always go back in your mind, oh my gosh, that one was better, and you will end up buying it. That's how it works. Gucci. I have several Gucci fragrances. So this is Gucci Flora, which is Gucci Jasmine. Is it Jasmine? Yeah, it's Jasmine. And this one, well, I didn't really care about this one because, well, it's nothing special. And I have this one in full size. I have a big bottle, 100 ml, and this is the fragrance that has chamomile in it. And I'm a person that I don't like chamomile. I don't like the smell of it, I don't like the taste of it, but for some reason this fragrance is so soothing, it's so calming and so nice, and I really love it. And I mean, I think that they were supposed to put this fragrance in their exclusive line because yeah, it's so good. It is so good. So I have 3 of other Gucci fragrances. These are the 2 identical ones, the Gucci Bloom and the first one, the original one. And I have Gucci Bloom Profumo di Fiori, and I do own 2 bottles of Gucci, 2 full bottles. I have Acqua di Fiori, yes, with the green label, and another one with the brown label, and I do not remember the name of it. But this one is a good line. I should say that this Gucci Bloom, to my mind, is one of the best perfume lines that came out in the recent years. Yeah, one of the best, not the best, but one of the best, definitely. Lancome fragrances, I do have several of them. I have this what are you, my dear? You are Soleil Cristal, which is, to my mind, not the best flanker to La Vie est Belle. La Vie est Belle, I adore the fragrance. I do have 3 full sizes. I have 50 ml, I have 30. Is it 30 or is it 35? No, I guess it's 30. 130 and the 50 ones, and they're like heavy bottles, very beautiful and very nice scents. But this one is kind of different from the whole range, because this one is a typical summer vacation vibes, a bit of coconut, a bit of ylang ylang, a bit of these sunny notes. Yeah, it isn't bad. It's just not what I was expecting from them, because I'm sure that they could have done it better. This is the Miracle of Lancome, and I do own a full bottle of it. I absolutely adore this fragrance, and I've known this fragrance and its flankers for like years and years. I guess the first fragrance, the Miracle fragrance, I want to say that I got it in like 2002, maybe 2000, like right after it came out. It was that good. For me, in time, these fragrances got watered down quite a bit, because as far as I can remember, even the color of the fragrance was a bit different. It was a bit richer than this one. Well, yeah. So, 2 other fragrances by Lancome is just the same. They are the same. The original Idole by Lancome, the one that is quite nice, quite pleasant, but quite generic fragrance. A bit of musk, a bit of rose, just everything that we have seen and we have smelled times and times again. It isn't bad, it's just not the best fragrance. This one I got as a gift, was purchased, and this one I got from my friend. She didn't like it, so she gave it to me, and I took it. Two other fragrances, and I do own two full bottles of this one. Yeah, and both of them are actually in use. I use both of them. This is the classic fragrance La Nuit Trésor, which I love. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's going outside, going out with your friends, with your girlfriends, night out or date night out. Why not? And this is the fragrance that came out last year, and this is, well, the name of it is La Nuit Trésor Intense, and this has a cherry in it. I didn't really care for that fragrance that much. Yeah, and quite recently I've seen it on sales, so I'm not sure if this fragrance is kind of doing well at the moment. Um, this is the one fragrance that I have from Versace, and I own a full bottle of it. This is beautiful. This is Versace Cristal Noir, and this is in Eau de Toilette. It has this coconut vibe. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a bit salty, but not a salty that I cannot wear it. It's beautiful. It's so, so nice. I also own a full bottle of a bright crystal, which is like the first one, the pink one. The top crystal is like transparent. I also quite like the yellow one, but it has mimosa, I want to say, and mimosa is the flower that I don't get along with, because mimosa flowers on me, and for me, for my taste, they smell like a little bit of dust. There's some dustiness in mimosa fragrances for me. Yeah, but that's why I never got a full bottle of it. um, Kenzo, and this is my only fragrance by Kenzo. Well, in that size, I do have quite a lot of fragrances in full size by Kenzo, just not this one. Now, this is the Kenzo Elephant, Jungle Elephant. It has the elephant on top, and elephant is the animal that I love. I have quite a big collection of teeny tiny elephants that I have been collecting over the years. But this fragrance, and I do love the brand, but this fragrance, it is just not for me. It's just so packed with spices. It's so spicy. It's so like it's so strong. It's so potent that I cannot breathe in this fragrance. So I just have it. I look at it. Sometimes I do open it, and I close it right away, because the smell isn't that. It just, it's too much for me. But I do love the bottle though. The two fragrances that I never wear, but I do have them in my collection nonetheless. This is the Laurent by Ralph Lauren, and this one is Cacharel Lulu by Cacharel. Why do I never wear them? So this one is very, very old-fashioned. It's like old school, and in a bad way. It's just, it's not for me. And I'm sorry guys if you like this fragrance. It's not a hate towards this fragrance. It's just a manifestation of my own taste. And this one, this is okay. The problem with this fragrance is that whenever I put it on myself, I feel sad. This is the fragrance that makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad, so I never wear it. Plus the bottle, I mean, I do understand that this is the miniature bottle, and we cannot expect a lot from a miniature, although actually these guys, they did a pretty good job anyway. But it looks ridiculous. Come on, it looks like a toy for children or whatever. I have two Prada fragrances. The two Prada fragrances I own is the Prada Paradox. This is the first one, the original one, and I used to have also this kind of 10 ml, this spray bottle of this Prada Paradox, and it is such a, it's nice. It's a white flower. It's like generic, over and over again fragrance that we can buy in multiple brands. But something about this fragrance, I do kind of like it. But in this format, I never use it because I absolutely hate to put the fragrance like that. And I much prefer this spray bottle. In fact, I do not own the spray bottle anymore because I finished it, but this one is just, it's here. Mm, this is the Prada infusion, the infusion of vanilla. Do not like it. I own a full bottle of it, but just the infusion of orange flowers, which is amazing. The orange flower thing is so good. This one, no, I just don't feel like this is a good fragrance because it's sickly sweet. It's not very sweet, but something about the sweetness that I just don't like it. I don't. And they have come out with the new iteration of this fragrance that is with almond. I'm kind of looking forward to testing it. Hugo Boss Alive, and this fragrance completely changed its color. However, the fragrance itself isn't turned, is fine. The fragrance is fine. The color is not, though. The color, it was a bit less intense. It was a bit pinker. So this one is a good everyday fragrance. It's nice, and it has this olive note inside that is not very common to find. It's kind of nice, the fragrance that will take you from the morning till the evening, and maybe even if you go out, it's gonna be appropriate. The two fragrances from Dior are Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, and I do have the newer version with this kind of textile bow on it, because before that they used to have this kind of metallic, I don't think it was made of metal, it was made of kind of aluminum or something like that, and then they used to make this bows of plastic, and now they do have them in textile. um, it's nice, it's good, and I do think that this fragrance would make a beautiful gift for a woman, whatever age this woman might have. It can be a good gift for a girl as a graduation. It can be a beautiful gift for a woman if she is a grandmother and she has like 10 grandchildren, because this is kind of a crowd pleaser. This is a beautiful fragrance. The other fragrance is this Infinissime version of Dior J'adore. Now, I do have it in this 5 mils, and I'm not gonna buy the full size. I do have two full sizes of Dior J'adore, which I am a fan of. I do love Dior J'adore DNA. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance. I used to have the whole line. I used to have even this hair fragrance for the hair that it was so potent. It was potent that I used to wear it instead of an actual fragrance. Uh, these are the two fragrances that I'm just checking. Yeah, we are done with this basket. So this is the fragrance by L'Occitane, and this there I want to say one of the best-selling fragrances at the moment of this brand. It's nice, it's not bad. The only thing that this brand, for what they give you, the prices are quite high. I mean, come on, some of the fragrances have zero staying power, and they're quite normal, quite unoriginal, uninspiring, and they do have the price tag of a designer fragrance at times. And this one is the fragrance that is by Giovanni Maria Farina. This is called Farina 1709, and this is the forefather of all the fragrances, of all the unisex fragrances that we do know now. This is beautiful. This might not be famous, but this is the original one, and I strongly suggest you go on the website and read the history if you don't know the history. And this is the mini size I got from the museum in Köln in Germany, when I visited this museum and I listened to the lecture and everything. It was amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sip of water again, and I'm gonna check my lip gloss. Is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. By the way, if you're interested what I'm wearing on my lips and on my nails, it's gonna be in the info box below the video. We gotta get going, and I'm gonna introduce you to an Italian brand. Sorry guys, I have to look down because I'm not finding a third fragrance that I wanted to show you. Yeah, I did find it. This is the brand that is called L'Herbolario, and this is the kind of they kind of sort of pretend to be green. They're not green enough, but they're not bad. And I do have quite a lot of fragrances by this brand, like in full sizes. And I also do have 3 fragrances in this kind of, well, I don't call it a miniature because it's definitely not a miniature one, but it's kind of deluxe size, let's put it like that. This is vanilla and ginger perfume, and this one, and oh my gosh, I absolutely love like when they put the notes on the back of the bottle. So these are the lemon, ginger, vetiver, benzoin, siam, and bourbon vanilla notes in it. This one reminds me quite a bit of Twilly by Hermes, which is a nice fragrance. I do own the bottle of Twilly by Hermes, and I do love it. The second one, I don't really care about this fragrance that much, but I do have a body cream of this same line, and it's quite nice. This is called Jade Plant, and it has the, I mean, who is writing like in golden letters on green? You cannot see it. I mean, come on, I cannot see anything. Yeah, these are the notes of bergamot, yellow rose, white tea, jade plant flowers, exotic verbena, and amber. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. It sounds quite exciting, but the scent itself isn't exciting at all. I don't know what happened here. And the last one that I have is Dance of Flowers, and this one has the notes of pink pepper, camellia, iris, peach, rose, and white musk, and this is nice. This is kind of nice bouquet of flowers that is quite pleasant. The 3 fragrances of Givenchy that I'm going to show you at the moment. This is the L'Interdit, and I do own another L'Interdit. They do have different bottles, but just because this is the bottle that I got, I want to say 2 years ago, and this is the bottle I got maybe a couple of months ago. So this is the same scent, it's just the design of the bottle is different. I do love the L'Interdit line. My favorite ones are L'Interdit Rouge, which is like not the one that came out now, but the one that came out in 2021. And I also love the Intense version, which is the black bottle. These are 2 of my favorite, and I do own the bottle of each. Those are amazing. These ones are nice. These are like everyday nice fragrances, even like going out fragrances, but I just don't care much about this. But I do have them, and I sometimes I use them. And this is Dahlia Divine fragrance, and this one is actually my purse fragrance, because it has been living in my bag for quite a time, quite probably half a year or something like that. And sometimes it happens that you are out and about, and then you receive a call or an invitation, and you go somewhere where you were not supposed to go. Well, not supposed to go, you didn't plan to go there, and you think that, oh my gosh, I don't have a fragrance on me. It doesn't happen to me that much. I do have a fragrance on myself all the time, but sometimes I just put it, and I think that, well, I'm gonna be coming home in an hour, so I don't put it enough. So this one was for the purpose of reapplying the fragrance on myself, and I do like layering. I'm not against it, even though under that fragrance there could have been some other one. I don't mind. This is the Givenchy Oblique. Do you remember this fragrance? This is the very old one, and it smells divine even now. And this is the refill fragrance. The actual fragrance, I do have it, and it has this kind of plastic container that you put this one inside. It's kind of a futuristic design. I was never a fan of design of that fragrance. This one is eau de toilette, and it's 20 mils, and it's good. It has cherries in it. And you know what? Do you remember that a couple of years back, this whole cherry obsession came out, and cherry fragrances, cherry nose, and oh my gosh, everyone wanted to smell like cherry. So it's the cherry is the fragrance that has been around for years and years. It has been forgotten for some time, and now the cherry is like it's coming back. Well, it came back, and now it's still it's still in our hearts, right? Because we do still buy cherry fragrances. Chanel. I'm gonna show you 4 of my little Chanel fragrances. This is Chanel. It's a pure perfume of Chanel Chance. I use it as my go-to sleep fragrance. It doesn't have a sillage because it's kind of an oil. It doesn't really project that much, but I do enjoy wearing it when I go to bed. This is the fragrance that I never wear because I don't like it. This is Chanel number 5, and this is the fragrance that it's not for me. This is the teeny tiny bottle. Well, it might look like a big one. It's not a big one. It's this one. This is the 1.5 mils, and this is eau de parfum. And yeah, I sometimes I get it out of the box and I sniff it and I put it back because it's unusable for me, because it's not my jam. These are the 2 fragrances, and this is the kind of a refill system. So I'm using this one currently. This one is Allure Eau de Toilette one, and so you have the sprayer in here, and this one is the refill one. And when this one is going to the end, no, when I'm gonna finish this one, I'm gonna just take the top off and put the top in here. So I'm gonna get the same exact structure, but with the full fragrance, the full bottle. You got me. They do have this system even now, but they have changed the design slightly, and now the bottles are round. My bottles are still squared because I have got this set quite a time ago. We are coming to the slowly but steadily coming to the niche section of my fragrances. So this one is Alien Goddess. I didn't really care about this fragrance, and this is Angel Nova. Same here. I love Mugler fragrances, and even though not all fragrances I do love, like for example, I do have a full bottle of Humanity, and this is a beautiful bottle and this is a beautiful scent, but it has salt in it and I'm unable to use that fragrance. But I do realize that this is a beautiful one. Those two, they're kind of plain, they're kind of normal, and when the brand like Mugler had set the the standard so high, and then they come out with this kind of plain and normal and boring fragrances, I was expecting more from that brand, actually, more from that fragrance. I do have three fragrances of yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, the three fragrances from Chloe. This is the Chloe Nomade, this is the Chloe Eau de Parfum, yeah, and these are the two Eau de Toilette ones. They are nice fragrances. I do own a full bottle of L'Absolu. I have a big 50 ml bottle and a full bottle of Eau de Parfum. These are the very, very nice fragrances. I don't really care about Eau de Toilette, but it's nice to have it in my collection. Nonetheless, I don't like the fragrances that came out after the Eau de Toilette. Like all of these kind of natural fragrances, jasmine fragrances, I don't like it. For me, the line should have stopped at those three fragrances: L'Absolu, Eau de Toilette, and Eau de Parfum. It would have been beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance collection. This is the fragrance that I forgot to show you. This is the Hypnose by Lancome, and as you can see, it has changed the color quite a bit. The scent is still the same, and unfortunately this happens to every single one of these fragrances. I have owned the full bottle of this fragrance. I do own the full bottle of this fragrance now, 50 ml, and in fact I just got it not long time ago, and the color is still beautiful. It's still like very nice, like pale lavender colored, and then this happens, it turns into this not beautiful color, but but the smell itself is still okay, it's still the same. These are the two bottles, the two fragrances from Guerlain. Guerlain is my favorite brand in terms of fragrances and in terms of makeup. So this is the Black Perfecto. I don't care about this fragrance because it has rose and it has leather in it. I don't care about leather, I don't care about rose, but I wanted to have this fragrance because it's my favorite brand. This brand, well, not this brand, this scent, it has a flanker, which is Black Perfecto Floral, and I do have two full bottles, 50 ml bottles of that, because that one is a beautiful fragrance, this one is not. This one is mandarin and basil. Staying power is very weak. It's very weak and faint fragrance. I don't really like it. Well, they now have come out with this Harvest and this more potent versions of these fragrances, and they have a quite okay staying power, but that one that I have here is no, it's just a waste of time. You will be applying again and again this fragrance. So this one is the last one from my non-niche fragrances. This one is Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl, and some people say that it smells like Delina. I mean, they do have some similarities, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's a dupe. I do own a full bottle of a black one, the first fragrance, and I don't actually own another other bottles because yeah, don't care. These are the fragrances that I had quite a difficulty allocating them because it's not niche, but it's not like a designer. I don't know, help me out here. So this is Kayali. This is Kayali fragrances, and I do own a full bottle of what is it? Juicy Apple, the red one. Yeah, 100 ml. It's beautiful. So this is Kayali Vanilla 28, and this is Kayali Pistachio Gelato 33. Is it a 33? Yes, it is. And this one is not bad. This vanilla isn't bad. This pistachio gelato, well, yeah, it's not like pistachio gelato smells. Like I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's not what I expected. And this one, I quite like it, but for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the fragrance. I always have to look it up. So it's Love Fest Burning Cherry. I always say that it's a Burning Love Fest. I don't know what it is. So it has cherry in it. It isn't bad actually. It's quite a nice fragrance. I want to just say about this fragrance a couple of more things. It's not a bad vanilla, but for me it's not. It's unportable for me. I cannot use it. This is not an old fragrance. It's like 6-7 months, something like that, and the color has turned already like in a very kind of rich and burgundy color. And if I spray, every time I spray, I have this outcome. Do you see this? I mean, it smells good, but this this stain will be staining your clothes. So the only place where you can actually safely put this fragrance is on your hair. And I don't know, it's just, I don't like when the color gets so rich and stainy. I do have another fragrance, a full bottle of the fragrance that has the same problem, and I'm not using this fragrance anymore. It's by Givenchy and it's Organza. If you look at the proper fresh and new bottle for Organza, the liquid, the juice is kind of transparent. Mine is red. It became red. So we are now in my niche section, and I'm gonna go to Jo Malone fragrances. I do have 5 of them. Jo Malone is making one of my favorite fragrances, which is English Pear and Freesia. I love this fragrance. I have been buying it and buying it over and over again. I cannot find a valid substitute. Why would I need a valid substitute? Well, because the staying power of English Pear and Freesia is to, you know, it's absolutely underwhelming. It doesn't stay on me, but the scent is beautiful. So I do have this wood sage and sea salt fragrance. These are 9 ml bottles. Honeysuckle and Devana. I do have wild bluebell, and the other two are wood and bergamot, and what are you, Mir and Tonka. So I have 5 bottles in total, and I currently own 5 full bottles of Jo Malone. Yeah, this is a nice brand, although you know the staying power is very weak. Unfortunately, it is very weak. So these are the fragrances from Mancera. I have 3 fragrances from Mancera. I have bought last year during the Black Friday sales on the Mancera's French website, the French side of website. The whole collection, like 20 bottles, 20 this mini bottles, and I have tried them all. Some of them I have sold because they just wasn't for me. Some of them I have gifted, and the 3 of them are currently in my collection. So I do have Roses Vanille. This one, well, I might give it to someone else because it's vanilla, it's beautiful vanilla, but it also has this quite strong rose accord that I don't go along very well with. Melody of the Sun, it's good. Melody of the Sun is very good. And my favorite of the bunch is Fig Ecstasy. I love fig fragrances. Fig fragrances is life for me. I want to show you 3 fragrances from Montale, and this is Oud Lagoon. I love this fragrance, and I guess there's something like this fragrance is here at the moment. So I'm finishing the bottle. It's amazing. It's very, very beautiful. Intense cherry. It's a good cherry. And jasmine fool. The fact that you see the, it's actually my handwriting. This label is because we have bought the big bottle, 100 ml bottle with my friends, and we just divided it in five parts. Oh, I completely forgot about this. Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely, and trust me, there's nothing lovely about this fragrance. I mean, it's kind of a mediocre musky fragrance. It's, yeah, nothing to write home about. This is the only fragrance that I own from this brand. This is Juliet Has a Gun. The only fragrance in this form, because I have given away or I have sold all the other one. I do have a full bottle of Lady Vengeance and I love the fragrance, but yeah, but this one, I do realize that this is not my brand. Sometimes it's happened. I have tried every single scent they have, and no, it's just the Lady Vengeance that I own, and this one, Lily Fantasy, which is like heavily lilac-y fragrance. I do love it. The rest of it, yeah, not for me. This is the fragrance that I got last year, 2 years ago. I do not remember, guys, in the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar. So this is Malin and Goetz, and this is Dark Rum. This fragrance, there's something about this fragrance. I love to smell it. I love to smell it. Well, I absolutely hate this roller ball. I do not like this kind of application, but apart from that, when I smell it, I love it. It's beautiful, it's enticing, it's amazing. On me, it turns, I want to say rancid. Can I say it? Yeah, it doesn't it doesn't sound good, right? But I don't like it anymore on myself. And I don't like it on the skin of other people as well, but just straight from the bottle, it's amazing. So I just have it for this kind of sniffing purposes. I don't really use it. So this one is the one that I keep for nostalgic purposes. This is the Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is kind of a strange product, right? This is the perfumed powder. You're supposed to take a little bit of this powder and just dab it on your neck. Yeah, I don't do it. I don't do it. We are coming to the end, actually, and we have these fragrances from the brand Maison Dior, and I do have 10 of these mini bottles. They can be bought online on the website of Christian Dior. So this is a Cologne Blanche. I guess this one is one of the latest fragrances that they have come out with. I have this Gris Dior, and I actually do own 2 of them. Oud Ispahan. Rouge Trafalgar. These fragrances are quite, they're quite nice. They're not complex. They're not overwhelming, overpowering. Eden Rock. Eden Rock is very summery, very like holiday vibes, vacation vibes, types of scent. Spice Blend. It's exactly what it says on the label. It is Spice Blend. La Colle Noire. And 3 last ones are Rose Kabuki. Yeah, I didn't care about this one because it has roses. Bois d'Argent. And the last one, yeah, it has fell down. The last one is Lucky. I love Lucky. It's very lily of the valley. It's very green. It's very beautiful. It's very light. It's very spring-like. Amazing fragrance. And the last one, the last thing I want to show you is the whole box of these teeny tiny fragrances that I do have here. These are the fragrances, Zara and Jo Malone collaboration. And I do have the two sets of these fragrances. You see, they have come out in 2020 and in 2022 with this collaboration, and they had these two sets, and they had these 8 fragrances in each set, and I have bought 2 sets. The fragrances are okay, but I didn't have a wish to, just go out and buy the fragrance. Instead, I have bought candles. The candles are divine. The candles from this collaboration I do own. All of the candles I own are just one scent and only is Amalfi Sunrise or Sunset. Amalfi Sunset. No, Amalfi Sunrise. This is amazing. It's a little bit fruity, juicy, citrusy, amazing. So these are my all fragrances. I applaud you for being here with me for such a long time, guys. Thank you so much. I do hope that you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and please, if you have some questions about this fragrance, just comment down below. I will be answering and reading all your questions. I thank you again, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!